So you're thinking of making a move to Mesa, Arizona? Well, in this video, I'm going to take you through the top pros and cons of living here in Mesa and see if this might be the right fit for you and your family. So just sit back and relax, and we'll get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about a city like Mesa, Arizona, or any other city here in the Metro Phoenix area, be sure and subscribe below and tap that bell for notifications so you'll be the first to learn about our current market here in Phoenix. Hey, my name is Rick, and the team and I, we get calls and emails from people just like you every single day looking to move to a city like Mesa, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're thinking of making a move next week, next month, or even a year from now, go ahead, reach out to us. You can give us a call, you can shoot us a text, you can email us, and we'd be more than happy to help you make a smooth move to Phoenix. All right, so let's go ahead and cover the pros and cons of living here in Mesa. But before we get started, I want to tell you a little bit about Mesa so you got a better understanding of exactly what Mesa has to offer. First of all, it's the third largest city in the entire state of Arizona. It's got a population of over 500,000 people, and it's extremely large geographically. It's spread out through the whole East Valley of the Metro Phoenix area. It covers roughly about 130 square miles. So it's very diverse, very spread out, has a lot of things to offer. And so we're gonna go ahead and get in a few of those right now. And we're gonna start off with the cons. All right, so let's go ahead and cover the first con, and that would be our summertime weather. Hey, it's hot here. No sugarcoating it. June, July, and August will not be your best friend. It'll be hot here. Oftentimes people that live here on a full-time basis, they'll take their vacation in the summertime. They'll head to the coast, they'll head to the mountains. They might have a summer cabin up north, or you get the snowbirds that come into town. They vacate here in the summertime. But just know that it's just hot here in the summertime, so you want to try and find ways where maybe you don't have to stay the entire summer here in town if you're going to be here full time, but you can kind of break things up. I know oftentimes we would travel to other areas of the country that's not as hot or cooler weather to take advantage of it, but kind of breaks up the monotony of the summertime. But just know that it is extremely hot here. It's not uncommon, for example, to have several days up above 110 degrees, 115 degrees. It can get that hot. Now the flip side of that is it's very low humidity. And I didn't really appreciate that growing up till I went to college down in New Orleans, and it was unbelievably humid. Right off the Gulf of Mexico, that whole southern part of the region down there, the US, can get extremely humid. And I tell clients all the time, especially if they haven't been here, they'll say, so what is Phoenix like in the summertime? I said, well, let me help you out. I said, if you live in a very humid climate, for example, it could be like sitting in a sauna. And I said, when you come to Phoenix, it's like sticking your head in the oven. So, you know, you're gonna have a moisture content environment in the sauna, and it's gonna be extremely dry and hot here in Phoenix. So you just have to know that coming in here. Now the good news is more and more people are working from home. Chances are you're gonna be working in an air-conditioned office. If you are commuting in your car a lot, just make sure your car's up to speed and the AC is working fine. And I tell people all the time, if you like to exercise and you want to get outdoors, because that's what we're known for here in the valley is our outdoor life, do it early in the morning or late afternoon, early evening, where you still got light on both ends. If you like to get out and walk your dogs and things like that, we're a very dog-friendly environment here in town. You want to do that same thing, early in the morning, late afternoon, because the pavement can get hot, the sidewalks can get hot, and you don't want to burn their feet. So just take that in consideration too. But just know that, hey, it gets extremely hot here in the summertime, but we look forward to the wintertime, because 8 to 9 months out of the year, it is absolutely heaven here, and we love it. So anyways, drink plenty of water. That's going to be your best friend, and air conditioning is also going to be your best friend in the summertime. And if you're outdoors during the day, just make sure you're wearing the proper clothing and attire, and just stay covered up. Also too, you know, one thing about going from, say, maybe a humid environment, if that's where you're coming from, to Phoenix, your skin's gonna dry out. There's just not as much moisture in the air. And we like that here, but we do live in the desert. It's very arid and it's very dry. So you're probably gonna put more and more lotion on your hands and your arms and legs and things like that, because they're gonna get dried out. So just know that coming in here. that will be the case. But other than that, it really is a great place balanced out over 12 months. All right, let's go ahead and talk about con number 2. And one of the challenges that we face here, not only in Mesa but Metro Phoenix, is we have limited public transportation. We don't have much of a mass transit system here. We don't have a BART system. We don't have a subway system. Just geographically, we're too spread out. Phoenix is too big overall, and it just wouldn't be economical. So you need to have your own transportation to get around town. Yeah, I mean, there's some bus systems throughout the Metro Phoenix area, and Uber and Lyft and all of that. But for the masses, you need to have your own vehicle to get around. However, we did put in a light rail system here in the valley that runs from North Phoenix all the way through Mesa about 15 years ago. It's about 28 miles in length, and it goes into downtown Phoenix, down into Tempe, and over into downtown Mesa. So, I mean, if you live near there, I guess that could be beneficial, where you could hop on and hop off depending on where it is that you want to go. But for the masses, you're going to need your own vehicle. So just know that before you get here and plan accordingly. It'll make your job much easier getting around town. All right, I'd say our third con of living in Mesa would be probably a lack of a nightlife in and around downtown Mesa. For the most part, Mesa rolls up the streets pretty early at night. Yeah, you might be able to catch a play or do some other various things, but if you're looking for various clubs, bars, restaurants, and that type of nightlife, you're gonna have to go to a place like Tempe. Mill Avenue, for example, which is right there by Arizona State University. They've got a very vibrant nightlife there, or Old Town Scottsdale. Both are not too far away, but just know that if you want to have fun at night and do some of those types of things in Mesa, you're not going to find it there. All right, let's go ahead and finish up the cons with this last one. And I would say this would be the traffic, especially in the wintertime. You know, we get a lot of winter visitors come here. You know, Mesa's the third largest city in the entire state with a population of over 500,000 people. There are a lot of people that live here in Mesa. And in the wintertime, that number even goes up substantially. So you're gonna have more freeway traffic. You're gonna have more surface traffic. People have a lot of fancy cars here, sports cars. They drive fast, they don't pay attention. We do have speed limit signs that get used occasionally. I think it's more of a yellow caution sign is what they look at it as. But anyways, it does. And you're gonna see accidents all over the place. Just be careful when you're driving around. And another thing you might want to take into consideration too, because of the influx of people that are coming here in the wintertime, obviously, which increases our traffic. If you like to go out to your favorite restaurants, chances are you might have to book a reservation in advance because people love to eat out here in town and the restaurants fill up quickly. So just keep that in mind and be safe on the streets. It should be okay. All right, let's go ahead and shift gears and let's talk about the pros of living here in Mesa. And pro number one would be our weather. It's absolutely unbelievable here in the wintertime. You know, the great thing about it is we get very little rain throughout the year in the Metro Phoenix area. So pretty much sunny days and blue skies for most of the year, and especially in the wintertime. You know, when you've got temperatures that range, you know, anywhere from the 60s to 70s, and they vary up and down a little bit, but it's pretty consistent. I mean, you can go out, you can wear shorts, you can wear a t-shirt in the wintertime. You know, if you're moving here from an environment that gets a lot of snow, you can leave the snow behind. You come out here and just have great weather. You can do lots of outdoor activities. You can plan things out because you know our weather's pretty consistent. So if you want to book something out maybe a week or two, chances are going to be pretty good that the weather's going to be nice that day. So definitely our first pro of living here in Mesa would be our great weather in the wintertime, 8 to 9 months out of the year, and that's what we look forward to. All right, another pro of living in Mesa, Mesa is really rich when it comes to its cultural environment. They're big in the arts district. Matter of fact, they've got the Mesa Arts Center. that they've built in downtown Mesa. Beautiful multi-million-dollar complex. They've got several venues where you can go in and watch a performance. They've got several galleries that you can walk through. They've got various art studios and classes that you can participate in. Matter of fact, it's the largest art, I guess you'd say, complex in the entire state. Definitely in the greater Metro Phoenix area. So if that's something that's important to you, man, Mesa's got it right there. That's what they're known for. They also have some great museums in the downtown Mesa area. One that comes to mind would be the Arizona Museum of Natural History. It's the only one like it in the state. Matter of fact, our kids used to go on field trips to this one here in Mesa when they were back in school, in elementary school. But it talks all about our culture in the Southwest. And you'll see some dinosaurs displayed and things like that. It's really a lot of fun. It's a great environment. So that's definitely something worth taking advantage of if you come down here to Mesa, especially if you have kids. So those are a couple of items that are really important in Mesa, and that's what Mesa's known for. If you like to get outdoors and go see a concert, an outdoor venue is the Mesa Amphitheater. So that's also located in Mesa. So it kind of gives you some diversity on things you can do here in Mesa, but that's just one of several things. You know, if you enjoy getting outdoors, maybe you want to go hiking up in the mountains, or go mountain bike riding, or trail running, or just go on a nice good nature hike up there. We've got some great mountains right there in East Mesa that you can take advantage of. Great places to go up there. You can go up there and you can camp. You can go up there and picnic, whatever that you might want to do. And if you like boating, for example, if you're into that, we've got several lakes nearby Mesa that are convenient. We have Saguaro Lake, which is just north of Mesa. We also have a couple other lakes, Apache Lake and Canyon Lake. Used to do all three of those lakes growing up as a kid. Used to do a lot of water skiing and stuff with my buddies growing up. It was really a lot of fun. But they've got marinas on site that you can rent boats up there. You've got various water sports you can participate in. Those are some fun things to do if you like the lake life. For example, we also have the Verde River. So if you like to go tubing, you want to float down the Verde River, that's a short drive north of Mesa. You can go up there and you can do that in the summertime. That's kind of a fun thing to do. And you'll see a lot of wild horses along the Verde River, which is kind of fun. And also they do have a water park there in Mesa called the Sunsplash. So if you want to go to one of those kind of venues, you got kids you want to take, you can go down and take advantage of that. So those are a few more activities outside of the downtown district that you can take advantage of. And really go out and just really have a lot of fun in Mesa and just go exploring. Hey, do you love Major League Baseball? Well, we're home to two great facilities here in Mesa. The Chicago Cubs, for all you Cubbies fans. You can support your local team, and also the Oakland Athletics. Two great facilities, so if you love Major League Baseball, it's just getting started in the Valley this time of year, runs through the end of March. So springtime here in the Valley, it's a great time for Major League Baseball if you like baseball. And hey, you can't go wrong here in Mesa, two of the better teams. You know, another nice thing about Mesa is they've got a lot of diversity when it comes to employment. I mean, if you're into the tech industry, those that'll be coming out there or already out there now would be Google. You've got Facebook, or I guess it's called Meta. You've got Apple. Those are three big ones that'll be out there in Mesa. We're also big into healthcare. We've got our banner hospitals that are out there in Mesa, so that's a big one. City of Mesa is a major employment hub out there to work with the city. So there's a lot of diversity depending on what it is that you might want to do. There's several, there's community colleges out there, private schools, charter schools. Arizona State University's got a division out there. So you got the education employment out there. So that's what's nice about Mesa. There's a good mix depending on what it is that you might be looking for. Chances are you can find some employment opportunities out there in Mesa. All right, I'm going to go ahead and finish it up and talk about this last pro of Mesa that kind of gets my attention, and I remember what it was like before versus what it is now, and that would be the revitalization of downtown Mesa along Main Street there. You know, as a kid growing up here, I had family lived out in Mesa, and hey, what do teenagers do? They go hop in their fancy cars and they cruise up and down Main Street, right? Well, we did that a lot, and back in those days, it wasn't very appealing. I mean, didn't know any differently. It just didn't look that nice. But it was the thing to do. You can kind of hang out with your cousins and have some fun and do various things like that. But now, fast forward, I look at downtown Mesa, and they've poured a lot of money in it. They've got obviously the arts center that I mentioned earlier. They've got some nice restaurants that go down Main Street. They've got the rail line that runs through Main Street. So that's really enhanced that area downtown. You know, and they've also got some really interesting park benches around Main Street and various little statues of important people that, you know, were important to the development of Mesa. And they've got some children's statues as well. So they just got some interesting architecture and some things that are pretty cool down there in Mesa that they never had before. And I'm going to say all this has probably been within the last, maybe 20 years or so. So definitely a lot of changes to the positive in Mesa, especially that downtown area. And like I said, there's not much to do at night, but during the day, it's definitely worth checking out. All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. Hey, if you found it helpful, be sure and give us a like. We really appreciate that. And if you got any thoughts or comments, go ahead and share those down below. You know, we've got videos coming out every week and would love to share our content with you. So be sure and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit that bell for notification. That way you'll be current on the latest market here in the Metro Phoenix area. Hey, until next time, we hope we have the opportunity to show you around town. Bye now.